Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Laser Sports Academy podcast. You're here with Butza and a very special guest all the way from Eastern Europe in Latvia,
Yeah.
Mikolas Zimilis, but everybody you're going to know him as Moisha. It's so good to have you on, mate. Just to frame it up for our audience a little bit. Uh, you guys basically play on a completely foreign system and in being more of a tactical laser tag system, and have come over for the recent German Nats and transitioned across to Zone for the first time and played in what was German Nats was like one of the best lineups we've seen in a tournament. It was amazing, and you guys just jumped straight in the fire and went, "Let's do it." I've just we what we understand is you're very accomplished on your home system as well. So for us, it was like super interesting to talk to you guys, just to get to know you, and also just to learn what it's like going from like being at a high level on one system and coming across to another system and that transition and how that goes. Super interesting, thing for us to look at. So thank you for coming on, Moisha. Tell us a bit
Yeah.
about yourself and your background, mate. We can't wait to hear about it.
All right. Yeah. Hi, Butsa. Yeah. Or Ben. Or how should I? Yeah.
Yeah,
That.
but it's fine.
Yeah. So I've been I'm 29 years old. I'm one of the owners of Laser Tag Club. I've been running it for more than 8 years. And before that, I was running a paintball club. So for 2 years. So basically, for my career, I've been only in this type of in this type of business. So I'm more of this business side, not like only as a player. Basically, yeah, we've been running a laser tag field for 8 years. That is my background in kind of career wise, and I think for the first time I've tried laser tag when I was 10 or 12 years old. We had some strange systems in our hometown in Riga, Latvia. That is and but
Yeah,
I think we have to get to understanding like what we understand with laser tag. Because like when we started 8 years ago, there wasn't even a name in Latvian like laser tag. We had a name laser paintball. In Latvian, so we called it laser paintball because there was not a name in Latvian like a laser tag.
So I reckon we should get your website up. Can we get your website up now? Is that okay?
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
can show
yeah,
people
yeah.
what you've got. Okay. What is your place?
Laser dog.
Laser Dog. Okay, so I looked this one up. There it is. I've got it open. This is your place. This is great. This place. This looks awesome. I had a look at this web. Yeah, I was trying to look at all the different venues there. I didn't realize you were the site operator of this place, but you've easily got the best website on the internet, mate, for Latvia.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, well done. It's really good. Yeah, tell us a bit about your venue. Like, who are your customers, and like, is the competition scene much of a part of your revenue, and members? Is that part of your revenue, or how do you guys operate?
So basically, from the this business we run, it's been bootstrapped from the beginning without like any outside investments. So we started when we were young and stupid. So we thought that it would be like a easy and fast way to earn some money to open a laser tag venue. So yeah, oh yeah, that's our page.
Sorry, I was looking at it thinking everybody's looking at it, but now I realise I actually have to hit the share button.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
here it is,
confused,
everybody.
like-
I was like, yeah, no, I actually need to share that. Let's go through the gallery. I mean, this is great, bro. Look at this.
So basically we started only with 12 sets, like 8 years ago. We rented the abandoned building.
Oh, wicked.
And yeah, and that is not this one. We have changed locations already. I would say like 1, 2. This is the fourth location for our field.
Wow. Oh, you've
Yeah.
got four. you have 4 locations, or you've just moved it four
No,
times?
no, we have moved. Right now we're running 2 locations, and at one point we had 3 locations. So
Uh-huh.
COVID made some changes, but right now, yeah, we're running 2 locations. One
Yeah.
Riga, the capital city, and then one in the second biggest city next to Riga in Jelgava.
Yeah,
So
cool.
yeah, that as you see, like with the tactical systems, they were usually played outdoors.
Yep.
I would know like what I've seen like from the 80s, 90s, and like the arena laser tag was played indoors, and so they're more likely these two movements like tactical laser tag and arena laser tag. And in Latvia, we were one of the first ones who put the tactical laser tag indoors. So
Uh-huh.
we put so and that then it makes some sort of a hybrid arena, like arena laser tag plus tactical laser tag, and you get what we play. So that's and like
Yeah.
I already like yeah some cool these also, yeah, this place also doesn't exist anymore from these pictures, so this is the
Uh-huh.
previous spot.
It's
But
just great. They just a great like theme for the activity. It's just
yeah,
awesome.
but like to understand the scale, so the arena is around 1,200 square meters. So
Yeah,
like whole
that's
arena, and
big.
so
That's
yeah,
huge.
and we usually play like up to 20 players at a time. So
Uh-huh.
I when I talked with some of the guys from the zone, you usually like pack a lot more players in like in a lot smaller areas. So
Yeah, yeah. How long do your
there were
games
guys
go for?
for how long? Usually
Yeah.
clients book for 1 or 2 hours. It's
No,
like
if you play a competition game, how long do you play for?
one game, it's like 10 around 10 minutes per round.
Okay, cool. And is it to
So
like and do you guys play where it's one shot you're out?
it's almost like one shot you're out. So we play with the 2 hits.
Yep.
But the second hit you can shoot already after 0.2 seconds. So
You got a
it's
oh yeah,
no,
retaliation.
not yeah, not even 0.2. It's 0.1. So and when you're hit, also the player who were hit is out for is stunned for 0.5 seconds, so he's not able to shoot back. So to kill player, you need only 0.2 seconds to make 2 hits. So it's
Uh-huh.
pretty fast-paced game, and as the thing is, you never we rarely play with the auto respawn, so you have to go to the specific spawn in the area where you press the button and you get back in the game. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, we do like a lot of competitive scenarios like domination or like capture the flag, or like we have our own games like bomb plant and stuff like that. But usually like we play like you're dead, then you run to the respawn spot, press the button, and you're back in the game.
And and does it go on points? So just how many tags you get, or do you guys have like another target, like a multi-function kind of unit, like you can have it as a base or something like that?
And so there are a lot of additional devices, but there. So this I would say is more like a low-tech system. So you don't get usually points like in the system for capturing the bases, but you win the scenario. So for example, we have a three, like the most classical scenario is when you have 3 domination points in the field, and to win the point you have to shoot in it and hold it for 4 minutes in total. So when you shoot in the point, it lights up in your team's color, and it's counting the time for your team. And if the opposite team shoots in it, your time is stopped. So your objective is to get 4 minutes in total in each of the points. And so to win the round, you have to capture two out of 3 points. And at the same time, of course, you're shooting the enemies and not letting them near the checkpoints. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. And do you guys have like a main event, like a what we call a blue ribbon event? Like what's the big thing that you guys like to win, or do you just challenge
Okay.
teams
Okay.
individually?
All right. So No, it has changed during the times. So uh, the thing is, so this kind of laser tag only started in Latvia about like 9 years ago. So we were at the beginning when it started, and so we've been growing together with all this movement and this. So when we started in Riga was we opened on and some another location opened, and right now I would say there are like about 10 to 12 places to play laser tag like this in Riga alone, and maybe around 50 in Latvia in total. So
Wow, that's a
and
lot.
yeah, that's a lot, but mainly they focus on entertainment.
Yep.
So because the competitive scene is for laser freaks, for super into lasers, and usually the competitive scene is not making any money. It's just like for fun, for those enthusiasts who want to like step up their game and like compete with each other. So when we started, we were also looking: is there any other like events who is organizing some? And to understand, so this equipment which we use, it is produced in Russia, and there are like a lot of problems with that as well right now. But yeah, before the war, the thing is, we went to competitions in Russia to compete on the system. So they were like the equipment manufacturer was organizing a tournament, and we went to this manufacturer tournament. So imagine like if this zone equipment manufacturer was organizing tournament in Australia, and then everyone like wanted to go there and to compete in the tournament. So yeah, and but the thing is, so it was the scene in Russia was pretty local. It was only like the local the Russian teams, but Russia is like huge, and we were the first Europe team who went to Russia to compete in the tournament. And so on the first entry, we did second and third place. So in the
Wow.
tournament,
How
yeah.
many teams were you competing with?
The first one, I think something around 24, something like
Wow.
that.
That's
Yeah,
amazing
but
that you guys performed so well first off the
yeah,
bat like that.
that was also like that was also some sort of a beginning for them in the competitive scene, and they were
Uh-huh.
growing like through the years. And
Yeah.
so on the next year, we also did well. We did we took the second place as well, and we played draw with the first team. So, but as they during the group stages they gain more points, so we get a second place. So that was the like biggest competition there, in which we competed, and so we tried to make some sort no, like competitions like this like that at in Latvia as well. So, but like to understand, you there are there are not so many players, so you can't like make it really competitive. So basically, there will be one or two teams which are on the on the top, and the others are just like participating.
Yeah.
So that's
And what's your, if you don't mind me asking, what's your team name?
our team name.
Yeah.
It's is the same as the club name, so it's Laser Dog.
Laser Dog. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
but as you see, so we have completely different scene, because we don't usually make like one specific group of people who play together, like 5-player team who is competing in every competition. So we just have like the regular players who attend to our games, and then if we make a competition, we like then they just make a random teams and join for the competition. And in for the last years we understood that it's kind of boring to make our top to
Yeah.
make like our top team versus like the top team from the other club. We know that these
Yeah.
are the two best teams who will probably fight in the finals, so
Yeah.
we make these sort of draft type tournaments
Yeah.
when every player is given like a position by strength, so from 1 to 5, and so in each team you have to have like one player from each strength. So
Yeah.
that's, and then you make these competitions more like
Yeah.
competitive. So, but
Yeah.
to like, you were asking, do we have this one like blue ribbon tournament? I would say we don't. So we just like, we have some like random tournaments, but like one, this big one, we don't have yet. So
Yeah. What you guys are doing is amazing, because yeah, I know what it's like when when you're kicking a scene off, and what you guys have realised in terms of splitting your best players up and stuff, and how much more beneficial that can be to grow everything. Like even though the games are very different, the way that the communities build is like very similar. There's a lot of similarities you can learn from each other.
yeah.
So yeah, hats off to you, mate. Always, when we do trophy presentations here in Australia, always like give a tip of the hat to anybody in their local scene that are doing the hard yards, because I know it's quite the task to get a new community going and stuff like that. So, yeah, great that you guys do that. And oh, mate, there's just yeah, there's so many questions I have about your system and everything. We're going to run out of time if I ask them all, but yeah,
Now,
I hope.
you can ask. Yeah, it's like yeah.
Yeah.
If you,
All right. Well, let's get into some other juicy stuff, and let's circle
all
back
right.
if we get time, because yeah, plenty more questions there. Um, yeah. So tell us about the decision to go to Germany. You had a group of guys. What was it that compelled you guys to go? Let's do it. Let's make the trip to the zone Nats in Germany.
So so I was. I saw that there is this event, German National Championship in Zone Laser Tag, and I saw that like Latvian team had already like registered for the competition, and I was like, oh, who are those? I don't like who are like who are those guys? And like we were doing some research, and like we found out that those are like that is like a kid, a youngster team from
Oh,
another city, and they're I think they're just mother applied for the application for the tournament, but I think they didn't really understand what is it about. I I
oh,
I
okay.
I assume so, and I was like. And at one point they kind of they bailed out. They just they told that they were not going, and I was thinking, okay, we could try. So I wrote to, I think, yeah, to Stefan or someone from the organizers, and I saw, yeah, that Latvian team bailed out, but we could try to go. And for us, no, for me personally, it was like super interesting to see how like a tournament on a like totally different system is organized. And as I know, like your the zone system is about 10 times more expensive than ours. So per set, if we like look per set, and so and that was another interest in me to like to understand how like this high end equipment functions. So to comparison to our equipment, so that was another interesting idea to see like how this tournament is organized, how the equipment functions, and so how what is the competitive scene, because like for us we were like before we went to zone tournament we were kind of making fun of the guys who played competitive laser tag with the vests.
Really?
But
Yeah.
yeah, totally. We were like because I don't know if you know, but it looks kind of silly from the side.
Yes, it looks stupid from the side.
Yeah, that's the so like we were like, what are those guys like? Something like
Yeah.
jumping around, because like most of the videos when you type like laser tag finals or laser tag competitions, you get this like Lord of the Rings, this like three players in one ring, and like something like some like showing you like jumping around, like waving their hands, and and you look at that, and it looks stupid. So and
Ah,
that so like at one point we kind of understand we could like participate in this kind of tournament as a meme, yeah, so just yeah, there was like because we kind of felt super confident about ourselves that like no we understand that probably the guys who compete are like super like way better than us on the system, but we really thought it just looks silly, and that was another point why we like why we wanted to join. Yeah.
Okay, and it. By the way, it totally does. like, there's some videos on the internet where we just go, we got
Yeah.
to take those down for our own good.
You
We've got
have
to
to.
got to
You
get got to
definitely
get them off.
definitely have to. Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're too well buried in the internet now, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, very granted on that one. And I hopefully you were like pleasantly surprised when you got into the arena and saw that it's not really played like that. It's kind of definitely Lord of the Rings or is it still weird when you get in the arena?
it, it is still weird. Like for us, it was like totally mind blowing. Like when we went for the first time to arena for the test games, for us it was like, what is happening? Like I don't get it. It's like what is it all? So we like totally understand like that we have to like learn as much as we can, like from the ground zero, like to at least get some competitiveness in the game, because like everything about the game was like totally different than on our system. It was like comparing football to basketball. So we've
Yep.
been playing all the time basketball, and we come and we have to play football, and like what is this? So
Wow. Yeah.
yeah.
It would have been such an experience for you guys. Like, yeah, I've got one experience that was similar, which was nowhere near to the degree of what you're explaining. But I moved from Perth to the eastern states, or when we came to the Nationals actually for the first time in 2001, in the local community in Perth at that time, we all played one-handed, and we all had these weird moves playing one-handed and
Yeah.
doing all this stuff. And then
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
East Coast, where the Nationals were, they all played two-handed, and they were allowed to cover their pack back then as well. So it was all these like covering your pack moves and stuff. So we went over and played for the first time, having like basically have to relearn the whole skill set of playing. But at least we
Yeah.
played a similar format. You guys would have been learning
Yeah.
the whole format. Everything would have been like, what is a base? Like, what the hell's going on
Yeah,
here?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
base
definitely.
evacuation, like all that stuff. Like that would have all been
Yeah.
new to you. Base evac, the whole lot.
And especially like no, it was nice that the tournament was long enough, so we have had enough time to learn stuff, and
Yeah.
so I probably also I don't know if you watched the videos, but like from the points. So when we played our I think first base run game, we got something like minus 30,000, something like that, and we were happy when we got to the like plus score, not negative one. So like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like after each match, you learn a new thing, and
Yeah.
you learn another. But this whole experience was like uh, like to no, it was kind of like you have to like crack down your brain and to relearn everything you have known about laser tag.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because
Well,
in Latvia, yeah, we this kind of vest systems like this your vest system, the indoor laser tag. Right now, I think we have maybe two spots. So one uses super old Laser Max system,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
the other one,
I looked up
yeah,
Lasermax, and I can't actually have their website live because it's got a really annoying soundtrack behind it, and there's no mute button on it, so you can't actually have the website up at any stage. I'm like, turn the music off. People are leaving
Yeah.
your website because of it. So sadly, to everybody out there, I can't show you that Lasermax website, but it did look the gear looked pretty basic. Yeah, it looked pretty.
yeah, and the
pretty
second
basic.
spot they have one of the newest Delta Strike equipments.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's good.
the problem on that site is that that is located in the family entertainment center, where
Yeah.
there's also bowling alley, cinema,
Yeah.
other like, and that is just like a additional spot, and
Yeah.
and they don't really understand laser tag at all.
Yeah.
They were at the beginning when they wanted to open, they were consulting with us like to how to run a laser tag place. And
Yeah. Okay.
so basically, it's just we before we went to German Nuts, we went for a game there, just kind of to train. But it was, I would say, it didn't help at all. because you like if you haven't played in the competitive setup, you don't really understand what are the skills necessary for the game,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
what
yeah.
to train or like what exactly you would need, because you even if you put the same settings, you will not understand like what the competitive guys do on the game, so you can counter them.
Yeah, yeah. You can you can see it all, even see things on video, but like it's impossible to train, isn't it? Because you just can't. You don't really have any concept of what you need to actually do to
No,
like
we
learn
came,
anything.
yeah. When we went to German nats, we kind of came up with some solutions to train. We were at the hotel. We were training with a fan blower with a hair dryer, because the hair dryer looks kind of similar to phaser. So we learned, yeah, like we were training to hold angles with a hair blower.
Well, believe it or not, that the phaser that you played on is not the most hair blowerish looking phaser that we've had in
Yeah,
our history. There's
yeah.
been that only ranks second or third on the list of what looks like a hairdryer. So yeah, but that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
But I had a question maybe. So
Yeah.
you've been probably long enough in the laser tag scene. So has there ever before been teams from Latvia in any competition? You
Not
reckon?
not that I am aware of. I think you guys are the first from Latvia to compete. And yeah, that's pretty cool. And I also wanted
Because
to. Sorry,
yeah.
you finish.
Yeah, yeah, because from which I hear from the older guys than me, which are 35 plus and 40, so there
Yeah.
was kind of pretty big scene in the 2000s in Latvia. There were
Okay.
like yeah, 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 but none of those places survived. So I don't have like I don't know if they went to some tournaments
Uh huh.
or anything like that. But I know that there was like kind of big scene in the 2000s and 90s in Riga. So that's why I was
I've
asking.
never heard of a Latvian team in any competition, and I've been around since the '90s,
Yeah,
and I've been to a lot of the worlds and stuff like that. But not to say I'm not sure if they might have played a
yeah.
competition on like Laser Force or something like that, perhaps. Because I'm so yeah, all the systems are very kind of separate. We don't really interact much.
Yeah.
Yes, the zone community and the Laser Force community are not really intertwined that much. There's a few players that play across both, but not that many. Except for the West Australians are all on Laser Force now. So there's a one whole community on it now, but the rest of the community doesn't really interact that much. So yeah, wouldn't know about their worlds and stuff like that. What they've had, but certainly not in the
Okay.
zone that I've heard of. Yeah, yeah, and you guys like because when I saw what I heard, what you guys come from and what you're going into, because I knew about the lineup at Germany and just how insanely that was really top. You guys got to see some of the best teams in the world
Yeah.
go at it there. Pretty much, there's not too many of the world's best teams excluded from what you guys played. So
Nice.
yeah. So yeah, just tell us about. Well, first I want to mention that you guys got didn't you get second in the last two games or something like that of the tournament?
I
You,
don't
you,
remember. No, so we were close to not. I think we went second to last. Out of the tournament. Yeah, I
yeah.
think
So
so. Yeah, yeah.
you went up
There
a
were
spot.
15
Yeah,
teams. We finished 14th. Yeah, that was
yeah.
our goal for the tournament, to not
I was
stay in
like,
the last position.
that isn't a massive achievement, mate. Like, don't underestimate how good that is to do that. And like the first time you've ever touched it, like that is basically like winning the tournament. I reckon to be able to do that. Like,
So
if you've got a really strong scene and you've got a team coming who have never played something and they've got like what have you got 4 or 5 days to figure it out.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I guess against the best in Europe, it's like incredible that you guys were able to like start getting results. So,
Thank you.
what was it? What was it that you guys did, or what do you think worked for you guys? Like, what was it that helped you learn
Uh,
so quickly?
the one thing was we understand that like we didn't give up after the first days, so we understand we have came to the competition, so we better figure it out than just hang around and just play some lasers, because the main thing, we were like super focused to understand what works. and how to and how to combine with the skills which we already have, and like to see what are like the top players doing differently than we are. And so we're like all the time like trying to ask questions like, what is that? What is that? Probably a lot of like stupid and silly questions to the other players. And the at the beginning the main problem was everyone is telling us how to hold the phaser,
Yeah.
and that for example you have to shoot with a thumb, and
Oh yeah. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And like for us it's super unnatural,
Yeah.
and it doesn't make sense. It's like,
Yeah.
why should I do that? It's like,
Yeah.
and so for the first 2 days we kept like
Yep.
shooting as we are
Yeah.
used to with the tactical guns, like when you just like put it and pam pam pam, because
Yeah.
like you felt that you can't like when you're shooting with a thumb, it felt like you can't even aim with the so
Yeah.
there is no sense of aiming. You're just like shooting in some blank direction and hoping that you will hit it. And also this that was one. And the main turning point for us was I think it was about 30-minute session with one of the guys who works at the spot. We did like a session in for 30 minutes, only our team and the guy, when he showed us how to hold the angles, like uh, like like how to do like from the back, and also from the side. So that was so. Then we actually understand why people are like standing in the way they're standing, that they're covering the sensors, and how to defend and how to attack those positions. So that was, and then you actually understand why you should like shoot with the thumb as well. And and luckily that was before the team comp started. That was like, I think it was right after the team elimination. So because also in team elimination, I think we also didn't we went second to last. Yeah, so 14th place in team elimination. Yeah, as well.
Beautiful.
That was the thing. Yeah, so after that session, we understand. Okay, now we can defend the base. So like how to like stand behind the wall with covered sensors. And now already from that point, we started like to master some already our own strategies. And also
Yeah.
one thing which we were like we didn't understand before we came. So we understood that it's not allowed to run, and like to run, and like the
Ah.
movement should be super slow. But actually in the tournament, you could run if you can stop. So that was
Yeah.
like a game changer for us, because we
Yeah.
are used to like super fast gameplay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and so that's so you guys managed to like learn the skills of basically using the walls,
Yeah.
firing with your thumb, the high play, the low play. You guys
Yeah.
kind of you learned that throughout the first few days of the tournament, leading into the team
Yeah.
comp.
Yeah.
That's a huge yeah, because that's if you get that under your belt, then at least you can like match
Yeah.
your opponent. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
from there you can build, I guess. Yeah.
Already, yeah, then you understand, then you can at least like defend the base and do not expose your sensors, for example. So we did have we had some like pretty good base defenders in our team. So that and like and also like still you are trying to learn those skills, and like still try to understand like how exactly like the team comp game works, how what are the strats. Like we like at the beginning we had problem, we didn't understand like in which point we should like dump the base or attack the another base. And like also that the pack points are super important, because when we play competitive on our system, we don't count the pack points, we only count the like mission like objective wins. So objective is the main important, like points are just like not a thing we
Yeah.
count. So when we do a
Yeah.
casual play, of course we look also at the pack points, but like on a competitive play the main thing is objective. But
Yeah.
the yeah
Yeah, the having to think about the accumulation of points as well as the objective of getting the base at the same time.
Yeah.
Just a yeah, yeah, so cool. And so did the teamwork. So what I'm interested about is like how the teamwork aspect of it sort of transferred across. Like, did you guys find once those technical skills got under your belt that the kind of teamwork skills that you guys have developed on your home system started to like give you a weapon?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
you
yeah.
got because you were so
It's
organized. Yeah,
not or like we kind of like individually in our team every player is like super high end. So they're really skillful players who can think on their own, and so we kind of decided, okay, we'll have like a team leader who will call the strats, who was like going around the field searching for the info. So we have two base defenders, like the guy who is searching for info, and two guys who are getting pack points in the middle of the field, and so like act accordingly to the team leader. But that was like the strat. The problem for us was like to more was like to switching to the play style. For
yeah.
example, a huge problem for us was that you're allowed to talk when you're eliminated. So on our system, so
Ah,
when you're
yeah,
eliminated, you're not allowed to talk. So you talk on you when you're alive.
yeah.
So basically, even if you kill a player, no, like not a killer, like eliminate a player, you don't gain like much of tactical advantage because, for example, if you're trying to crack a base and there are like players outside, you kill them. They just give info to the players inside. So and that was a problem for us that we were not talking when we were eliminated because we are used to that. If you're eliminated, you're not allowed to talk. So that is our like in our mind. You understand? So and
Well, that would have been
and
such a got to break your brain
yeah,
to like change
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. You like have to learn like totally new way to ride the bicycle.
yeah.
And
How long did that
and
take you
the
guys? Did that? How long did it take you to like switch across?
uh, no, even in the final games we had some like these glitches in the head.
Yeah.
For example, I couldn't. I couldn't remember that you're not allowed to jump.
Oh
For
yeah.
example, yeah, I got minus 1,000 points in the final game because I jumped once to kill a player, because like you see there's a player, you're behind the box and you say, oh, that will be an awesome kill. I will just like jump and kill the player, and I did. It was an awesome kill, but the referee just gave me minus 1,000 points. Yeah, but that like in my head it was like automatically, oh, there's a player, have to jump and kill him. Yeah,
Yeah.
but by the rules it's forbidden, and just like it was not set in the mind of me. Yeah.
Oh, that is classic. Um, all right, mate. So what was the highlight for you across the tournament? Like, was there something that really stood out to you guys as special?
So it's probably that the point when we started to understand that something is working. The highlight. Uh, there were like a lot of highlights, but the one thing I don't know if it's okay to talk about it, like about some things in the tournament, which was kind of, I would say, sketchy or not sketchy, but
Yeah.
as we have the same thing with our system, that you have some better phasers and like some worse phasers. So like there are like these and we really like work on that to fix this thing. So we have managed to like get the phasers all on the same level. So there's almost like no point like on which phaser to pick. So as we saw during the tournament, so there are like packs which are like okay, and there are like these like packs which are insane. So which are these are like god packs. So and we saw that like the top teams, like the Finnish teams, the German teams, the American teams, they were like trying to pick specific packs for the game. No, there was like you see all this like sketchy thing, and you like, is this really competitive? Yeah. So we know like how the laser tag works. We know about like the ricochets from the walls, and so with these god packs, you could really like you could make bigger ricochets, so it was easier to crack a base. So basically, when we found out that there is this kind of thing, we also like managed to understand which are those packs, and then we gave it to the players who are attacking the bases. And so we were like, So and then
Good
we
one,
could,
mate. Perfect.
yeah, yeah, and then we could actually do the same things. We could like actually, for example, like shoot at the ground, stun the player, and get inside the base. Because otherwise, so if you see only the head, it's almost impossible like to crack a base. We already talked like with the Americans what they do. Like for example, you stun your own player because everything
Yeah.
is on a timing. Then you run in and then you get some like these timings. So. No, that was some sort of that was one thing, and also a lot helped talk with the, I think it was in the late night before the final games with the guy from Finnish team, the Gigabus.
The
Yeah,
Gigabus, that's the name of the
yeah.
team.
No. I think the team is I'm not sure. Mega
Oh,
Friends,
oh, Mega
but the
Friends.
play,
Yeah.
yeah, or something like. But the player was like Gigaboss or Mega Boss.
Mega Boss? Or Big Boss?
Yeah, Big Boss. Ah, yeah,
Big
Big
Boss?
Boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. He helped a lot because he explained more about like the like super small technical things, how exactly like the about the timings. Because for
Yeah.
example, there are these small things which super matter in the competitive play about like the sound when the like players are listening to the sound when the pack comes up, and so there are these small timings when the pack is active or and you already can be eliminated but you can still shoot and stuff like that. So yeah, but so the already when we got into those small things and we could already use them in the game, that was like super highlight for us. And I would say like the last two final games was like for us was the definitely highlight because we felt like we are using already like the whole skill set which we have gained during the tournament.
So that
So
particular thing that Big Boss showed you, we just call it timing. So it's
yeah,
knowing the timing of the pack.
yeah.
So did you guys? Because you wouldn't. Did you have any packs to practice on? Like during the tournament, did they give you some
Not
packs
not
to go practice on?
not.
You had just had
So
to you had to
we have
learn it
this
in
like,
game.
yeah, we had to learn it in game. So we had this like
It's
30
hard.
minute practice for 30 minutes like when, but then we more practiced like these like defending skills like around the wall. So yeah, all these timings we learn more or less on the game. Yeah, so yeah.
How did you go with it? Were you finding you could double and like you could hold your own by the end with a lot of opponents? Like how was the timing
uh,
okay? Or was it more just
but like not,
because you're
but it's
contending
like
with the dueling as well, aren't you? You're trying to learn how to duel, and you're also trying to
yeah.
learn the timing at the same time.
We felt that we can use our height advantage because we were kind of a bit taller than the other teams. So our players are pretty tall. So that was one thing. So I understood that I could easily get points from shooting players in the back, like leaning over them, because like they can't get. Usually when you're in the duel, they try to like turn around like to cover the front sensors. But I could easily like get the back sensor because I can just lean over them and get in the back. So so that kind of things, yeah, we managed to get, but like for us, the confusion, like a big confusion already from the beginning, is that you have only sensors on the front, the shoulders and the back, and then the phaser. On our system, we have sensors on the head, only on the head. So basically, like we you can't peek and get information without getting eliminated with our system. But like with the zone system, you're just like looking, gathering info, and so it felt almost impossible to attack a base because you can't actually do nothing. You know, only like if you're super coordinated, someone like slips a phaser or something like that, and you can attack together from both entrances. And only if there is a one player who is bad at defense. So, like, and also the and the thing that you can cover the phaser sensor. So then why is the point of having it there? So I felt that it would be more like competitive if there was a hit sensor in the barrel of the phaser and also hit sensor on the head. So
Ah, okay.
so
So Well, yeah. So one of the new systems does have a barrel sensor, and that has
Yeah,
improved that. Yeah, we've had
I
the
tested
kind
it.
of. Oh, did you H2? You played
Yeah.
on H2. Oh yeah. Where
I
did they
didn't.
have?
I didn't play it. I was in the exhibition last week in Amsterdam.
Ah,
There was a zone system. Yeah, Helios
yeah.
3. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was talking to the
Helios
guy.
2. Yeah.
Helios 3.
Oh, Helios 3 is there.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. There we go. Okay.
There we go. Yeah, I
Oh,
tested it.
holy moly! I've got to get up to speed on all this. It's new Helios out. Jeez.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Um, yeah, and you guys played Helios in Germany, didn't you? Helios just Pro, H Pro.
I think yeah, Helios 2 or Helios 2 Pro, something like that. I
Oh,
don't
so you had
really
H2.
actually.
Did it?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I need to. I don't have a phaser with me, but I thought they were on Helios, but it sounds maybe you're on H2. Um,
I think on
yeah,
H2, yeah. I
it's
don't really
H2.
like understand like the differences between those systems, but
Yeah,
yeah.
the phaser's the big giveaway. The Helios phaser has like a big thing underneath. Looks more like
Oh,
a little rifle thing, actually,
yeah.
probably. The other ones just have the single barrel coming off them. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, very very cool. I'll have to go check out Helios 3. So, what was your most what is it about Zone that you really love the most? What is it about Zone that you can't stand the most?
So I loved how easy was the tournament to run the tournament. So that you can actually just pick a pack, put a card. You already got your you're in the system. After the game, you already can go on the website, check the scores, like all this like technical thing that everything is synced up. Like that part was like we really loved it. That was like the most exciting part. Like after the game, just to run up and like in the website to check the scores. So that is it was the worst part if you, for example, if you forget to put your card on the game because so you didn't see like how
Ah,
did you did on the game. So
yeah,
that was the part we actually like absolutely loved. So we like
yeah,
all the like we're trying to get some achievements there, and so and all the like how the yeah how simple is it was to run the system, like to
yeah.
like a lot of, like three teams goes in the tournament and it just automatically starts, automatically ends, and so in our system we have to like do it more or less manually. So that was all this part was like awesome for us.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I've been there, mate. With having manual systems, I know it's tough. Um, very cool. Yeah. So sorry. Continue, mate. What was it? What was
Yeah,
the thing that
and
it was the toughest?
the toughest I already told. Yeah, that there is no like all this thing about there is no sensor in the barrel and no head sensors. For us, that was tough, and also uh, yeah, and the in how we could say that inconsistency of the laser, no, like in the on the beams. That is
Yep.
something I would really not want to see on a competitive game. Probably I
Well,
don't know like what is yeah
well,
what was the issue? Maybe that was like some sort of technical issue on the spot, or I don't know actually. Yeah.
what I can say to that is it's not unfamiliar territory. Like like laser tag tournaments that I've played in over a 30-year period, it's like particularly in the early days, it was like really crazy because the technology just wasn't quite as good. It was a bit flakier and things would go wrong a lot more. But yeah, it still happens, and if it does happen, what you guys did is exactly what you do, which is you identify the best packs and you allocate the people who can do the most damage with them, but which are
No.
typically your attackers. So
Yeah.
yeah, which we employed to full ability in our most recent tournament we played, where one of the players on our team had them listed on his arms, but going into the finals,
Oh.
like there they are. If you need to know which ones,
Okay.
so yeah, but yeah, it definitely happens. It's certainly not ideal. But yeah, how close do you
It's
guys get it? Do you guys get the packs like really close in terms of their performance on your system?
yeah. Yeah. Because we actually like manufacture some of the parts of our own, because that was the problem for us. Like
Mm,
the infrared emitters during the years were like dying off. So
mm,
from the 100% power, they were like dropping off. Like so, to lower power as every infrared diode would, no, like every diode would do. So.
mm,
And it happens slowly, but then you can see, like, if you shoot in a
mm,
longer distance, then you can see that
mm,
there's a beam in a radius of 30 centimeters, or if there's a beam in a radius of 10
mm.
centimeters. So that was the thing, yeah, we really like tried to fix, and I think, yeah, we did that, yeah. So right now we're like manufacturing like this part in the middle of the like, which is actually emitting the laser, like infrared laser. Uh, so uh, so they're every phaser is on the same level. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's great when yeah, it's what I would say is it's like in most zone tournaments these days it's pretty good. So yeah, and everyone's super aware of trying to get the packs as close as possible. So yeah,
But the
that's a
thing
whole thing
is,
that happens.
yeah, no, just like that. What was like kind of a bit annoying for us, that like every other team knows this stuff, but
Yeah,
they're not giving the info to us, so we had to like figure it on our own.
yeah,
But I think it's not kind of fair play, because
yeah,
like if some teams has this info, and
mm,
that is some sort of inside info, then that is not kind of really fair to the other teams. So
yeah,
this already gives them like huge competitive advantage over the other teams. So
yeah.
uh, yeah.
I guess what I would say to that is I totally agree with it, and also that I think if teams are used to having a particular way they deal with it, like most teams wouldn't share it with everybody else because everybody understands it's up to you to like figure out what the packs are, but what the good packs are. But you guys come from an environment where you're not used to that. Like the packs are always even, so you wouldn't have been expecting that. So yeah, but most of the time the teams are not like withholding information. They're just like, oh, okay. It's a process you go through when you're trying to perform in a
Yeah.
tournament. Is you try to assess all the packs and you figure out which one, because that's different, happens on different scales. Sometimes there's marginal
Yeah.
differences and sometimes there's bigger differences, and so you're just always aware of it and you just kind of factor it into your training and preparation for a tournament kind of
Yeah.
thing. But they wouldn't actively withhold it from you. But the
But I'm not saying that's the reason we stayed in the 14th place. It's like that's
yeah,
just like we wouldn't do better in the tournament. Yeah, we
excuse me.
wouldn't do better in the tournament if we knew this info from the beginning. That was just like that was just more or less always our skill issue, that we just couldn't keep up with the other teams. So yeah, we had like not enough time to learn all the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think you did pretty good for the time you had, mate. And I'm super stoked to hear that you're coming back as well. But before we talk about that, I wanted to ask you about what you thought of the community, the European laser tag community, and
And
yeah,
they were awesome. So like super friendly. So everyone was happy to like answer and talk about lasers. And so at the beginning, of course, we everyone thought that we were some sort of weirdos, and I felt that during the first like training games, they didn't really want to play with us, because we weren't much of a competition for them, because we were more like a free kill, and no one wants to train yeah, with the noobs, because there is no point to play against us. But otherwise, yeah, the guys, the community was great. Really, like we enjoyed like communicating with the teams. Yeah. So
well, yeah, well,
that
you must. The European community are awesome, and yeah, so glad that they welcomed you guys in like that, and yeah, so that leads us to talking about you guys are coming back. You guys are coming back for Sweenat soon.
Yes. We were so already after the German nets, the Swedish organizers invited us to the tournament. but like we are not used to that. Everything is planned so far ahead. So like the German nuts was in April, the Swede nuts are in December. So we're not like we couldn't like decide super fast that we really want to experience this thing again. Yeah. So as like as we like not able to train properly on the system, so we probably would go again on more or less the same level as we are, and with some like background knowledge from the previous tournament. But yeah, and I saw that the tournament was filling up pretty fast, and then it was like already 15 teams fully booked, and I understood, okay, we're not competing in this tournament. Then it was already 18 teams already full, and then I checked the tickets to this Sweden, and I checked that we can get to there by something like 30 euros back and forth from
Holy
Riga.
moly, that's so cheap.
Yeah,
Well, is that on a ferry?
yeah.
Just on a ferry or something across?
No. I think Ryanair plane. Yeah, with a plane.
Wow, on an
Yeah,
aeroplane, 30
yeah,
euro.
yeah.
That's so
Back and
cheap.
forth.
It's like 80
Yeah,
bucks Australian. That's nothing.
yeah. Back and forth. So I thought, oh, we could actually do that.
Yeah.
Here
Did
you
you
go.
guys organise the same team to come across, or is it slots? Any changes in the team?
Not the same. Yeah, we have another player. So I don't know. Yeah, if you like, if you studied our team or not really, probably not.
No, I haven't. I actually don't know the players on your team. No.
Yeah, so
So
80% of the players are the same. So we have one player will be again totally new to the system. So
okay, great. Is that's pretty exciting. And what are you, is there any way you guys can kind of prepare, or how are you going to prepare yourself? Are you just going to jump in when you get there?
we have a lot of everyone has a hair blower at home.
Sorry, I forgot.
So
We've all got hair dryers, and we'll be
yeah,
preparing. Yep. Go down to the
so
local school or something and start like using all the walls and
yeah.
stuff like that with your hair dryers. Yep.
That is one thing, and probably we will probably visit also again the Delta Strike place, just like to now we understand what could we like to on what could we train. So that would be another thing, yeah, which could help us, yeah.
Yeah. And what's your approach this time around? Because like the first time was a meme, so what's the second time? Are you going double meme, or is it like we're going to go? Oh, let's try and get good at this thing.
No, it's like when we started it. So like when we started to play, there was not a meme anymore. It was just like before
Okay.
going. Now we're like,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
100% in, super serious. So none of that
Yeah.
anymore. So
Okay,
just
good.
like trying, and so we would approach as competitive as like on the first time. So that so we'll try to set better score. So anyway, so that will our goal is like not to stay second to last, like try to do much better than that. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if that will be possible, but yeah, as I've heard from the organizers, this like not from the organizers, from the other like players, that the Swenots are like very well organized tournaments. So I'm like looking forward to see that as well. So yeah.
Yeah. Sweenats is like right up there, probably one of the best tournaments, most well organised tournaments in the world. So yeah, you'll be in for a treat there. And my boy Holmes will be there. So the co-founder of the Laser Sports Academy, Ryan Holmes, who's an Australian player, he's going over to play for one of the German teams. So
Oh,
yeah, with one of the German teams, I should say. So that's very exciting for them. So you'll get to meet him as well, mate.
okay.
Yeah.
We watched.
And
We actually watched some of your videos as well. So
oh, cool. Any
yeah.
that were any that you didn't stop at like the 30-second mark?
No.
Any good ones?
No. I think I actually I watched quite a bit of them. So I was like doing the research, but so it doesn't really help before you have played. So if you have never like seen that before, that doesn't
Yeah.
help at all. So you
Yeah.
don't understand really like what you're in for. So
Yeah.
like that's the thing. And also, like the problem with the videos is you are not really understanding what you're looking at. For example,
Yeah.
if there is a live stream from a tournament, then you're looking and you don't actually understand like what's going on, like
Yeah.
not a clue,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
zero. But like
Yep.
when we went back from the German nets, we were already riding at the bus, and like everyone was watching final games on their mobile phones.
Yeah, yeah. So
So
you guys, they had a stream, and did the people back at home watch the stream of you guys playing?
yeah, they watched, but it was they didn't really understand what's going on. They were
Yeah.
seeing that we are getting some points or we are getting wrecked, but they didn't really understand what's going on.
Oh, hopefully they watched a
So
few. If they watched you through, they would have seen you go through your whole journey all the way to like matching it with your opponent. So
yeah,
yeah,
but it's just
this time around will be different, perhaps.
yeah.
This
No,
time
but
around
the
will be.
thing,
Yeah.
no, yeah, but you can't if you see only like action on the
Yeah.
bases, you don't understand really what's actually happening outside the bases or on the field.
Yeah.
So that is kind of that is yeah, that is
It's true.
strange thing to watch.
Yeah,
Just
you
like
kind
some
of
numbers going.
yeah, you're kind of watching the scoreboard more than the. Oh, you
Yeah.
weren't watching the video a little bit, mainly the scoreboard. Yeah, it is different in that way. Yeah. Oh, that would have been. What was it like to have a stream and to watch your games back and all that kind of stuff?
Oh, that was perfect. So we saw like some like places where we where we did well or where we like failed. So that was good thing, yeah, to rewatch to rewatch the stream. That's
Yeah.
definitely thing to have, like, but that's the also problem for our games when we do some competitive when we have done some competitive tournaments. There isn't really a perfect way to film a laser tag game
Yeah.
because a lot of things are happening, and if you haven't played, you don't actually understand what's happening on the field.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and you guys got 1,200 square meters to deal with as well,
yeah,
and we've got less than that. Yeah, that's the most challenging thing in terms of broadcast is trying to actually broadcast something meaningful in terms of what's going on in the arena, because there's just so much happening. You need like 20 cameras just to cover it all. So but you can only focus on one or two at a time. So yeah, you don't get a full. It's difficult to broadcast it, but yeah, here in Australia we got started just because two guys at one of our nationals, 2017, they were just broadcasting the scoreboard on. They started off just broadcasting a scoreboard on Twitch, and then two guys just jumped on the microphone and started talking, and that's how it started. And they're like, "Oh, why don't we do this next year for a full year?" And then they did it the next year, and it's turned into a whole media program that they have at our nationals here in Australia now, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it's a very, very cool thing. And I want to circle back a bit to a little bit about the comparisons of your format nows, but. What firing rate do you guys fire on, and how did you go on the one shot a second?
We are firing at 600 shots per minute. So
What's
10
that
shots
compared?
10 shots per second.
10 shots
Like,
per second.
Yeah,
Whoa!
we're
So
playing,
it's just
we're-
like an instant. It's just a repetitive beam that comes out. It's just like
yeah. It's like a full auto rifle. It's like
yeah.
so.
So that's
that
why
is
you
one.
said it always results in getting 2 hits straight away, almost every time.
almost
Yeah.
every time, yeah. So and that is one thing, and so we play with the 30 rounds per mag and a 5 second
Yeah.
reload. So you
Right.
have 30 rounds and then you have 5 second reload.
So it takes after 5 seconds you automatically reload.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
No, so you can shoot 30 rounds, and
Yeah.
and then the phaser reloads for 5 seconds.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Cool.
It's something like in first-person shooter games where you have
Yeah.
like a rifle and then it shoots 30 rounds and then reloads. Yeah.
What's the key to being good on your system? Like, what are the main skills that you guys perfect?
The main skill is the game sense, which also transfers to your system as well, like to understand what's happening in the field, like where you have to be and what's going on. So the strongest players has like super high game sense, so they understand like where they have to be like to achieve the goal. But like technically you have to learn a lot of different peaks. Like I don't know if you have played some first-person shooter games.
No, not really, but a lot of our listeners have, or watchers have, so they'll know what you're talking about.
So
But
so like
I'm
as
guessing it's
the
like way to peek around corners without getting shot kind of
yeah
thing. Yeah,
not like not getting shot, but like to peek out the enemy. So you know where
yeah,
the enemy is, and so you like develop a lot of different peaks. How to like come out of the angle. So you get like
yeah,
you can peek like low peak, you can mid peak, you can like fast peak. You can do like an info peak, like you just like swing your head around the corners to see if there
yeah.
is an info. Then you can like jump out of the corner. So that is like the peaking, like the peaks, how you like peek out of the angle, because like with your system that's not really a thing, because you don't have a sensors on the head. You can just like peek and get the info. Yeah, so if I peek to get the info, I get insta shot. So
Yeah.
that's like the mechanics on our system are more similar to first person shooter games.
Yeah.
So all like the jumping, like some sort of like bunny hopping or like something like that works. Those skills you can transfer. So like a lot of the top players in on our system are also pretty good at competitive first person shooter games.
Yeah. I guess another thing is because we're playing at so much closer quarters, what the top level players on zone system learn to do is there's much fewer options for where people can be standing sometimes, particularly around base
Yeah.
where people are taking the same spots. So there's no peeking that happens. They just know there's a kind of a player there because they can either see the lights reflecting off the wall or they just
Yeah.
know because of their game awareness, and then
Yeah.
there's no peek. There's just a move, and that would have been a bit of an adjustment too. Is like, yeah, not doing the peaking is like that's a takes a while
Yeah.
for a zone player to get to that level to be able to know where everything's happening and not to be peaking and stuff
Yeah,
like
and
that.
that was another annoying thing with the zone. So the lights are on when you're alive. On our system is opposite. So when you're alive, the lights are off, and when you're dead, the lights are on. So so
Gosh,
also
that
yeah.
would be
So
so hard to adjust to. Oh my god! Like when in the split moment, like when you're
yeah,
trying to make like instant decisions and stuff like that, because your automatic
yeah,
response
yeah.
is the opposite and stuff like that.
Yeah. So and
Yeah.
basically that also like that gives out, if you're alive with the lights on, it gives you less options like to get some tactical advantages in the field, because you are seen already from the like huge distances. So that was like annoying for us as well. So like you're all the time like even if you're trying to crack a base, you already see before the player comes. You're seeing the light that comes up. So that of course, if we are defending, it helps us. But if we're attacking, it's like it's not giving any help to us. So yeah.
Yeah. It's another stimuli that you're taking in like in zone. You're looking at the lights reflecting all the time,
Yeah.
and of course
Yeah.
there's a big audio element too, which I'm guessing. So your system wouldn't have arena sounds and all those things happening.
No, we usually play without the sound, so we do
Yeah.
because they no, of course the devices have the sounds, so when you like shoot in it will give out some like sound cues to understand what's happening, but the arena at all will not have the sound, because then it's harder to like to communicate between the players.
Yeah.
So
Ah, I
like
see.
for
Yep.
for the casual fun games, yeah, we would like put some like background
Yeah.
noises or music, but for the competitive games, we
Yeah.
play on the silent arena. Yeah,
Yeah, because you guys are yelling over much bigger distances as well, aren't you?
yeah.
Trying to hold big areas, and you go in there with 20 at a time. So, does that mean you break the team of 20 into like little squads, and they go off in little
No,
groups? No,
no.
all 20 coordinated together.
No, we just play like two. Ah, no, okay, not like that. So yeah, we play like we split into two teams, like 10 versus 10. So
Yep.
we're not used to play three teams at a time on the field. So we have only two
Yep.
teams.
Yep.
Uh,
Oh,
and
so it's not 20 per team; it's 10 v 10.
yeah,
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 for
yeah.
example, yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, of course, those players will split up, yeah, in smaller groups, of course, yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
the main difference, which like what also another huge difference with the systems is that with our system you can actually aim.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
and so we also
Oh, it's
have
got a
the
permanent laser, does it?
not permanently. No, we don't have that.
No.
We have like a red dot on the top of the phaser.
Okay. And every time
So
you pull the trigger, it
no,
activates.
it's just like for a
Oh,
regular.
like a sight.
Yeah,
Ah.
yes, like a sight. Yeah, yeah. You can use an iron sight or like an red dot sight, and you can shoot straight. Indoors, we shoot easily up to 100 meters with no
Wow.
problems.
And what kind of radius or diameter can you hit? Like, is because we can obviously
Something.
laser zones like
Yeah,
this. You got this big circle you
yeah.
can hit, but yeah,
It's small. It's smaller than that. It's something around something like this,
yeah,
something like this. Yeah,
uh huh,
and yeah, and in a closer distance, it's harder to hit because it's smaller. In like
yeah,
bigger distance, it's bigger. Yes.
yeah. Okay,
So yeah, but it's not super huge. It's like it's still that's another thing you have to master, like the aiming in different distances. So
yeah, yeah. And how often do you guys get close? Is it what's the closest you guys typically get before you tag somebody?
there is also like a super close play. It's like
Oh
it
yeah,
really like in our field the maximum distance is about 60 meters,
okay,
and so like from 60 meters like to also like super close corners. Actually,
yeah,
the German field would be a kind of similar field in which we could play
yeah,
our system because I think it's totally different than the other
yeah,
fields because
yeah,
there are like these the barn in the middle, like the houses on the sides and stuff like that. It's just like more of a CQB, not a labyrinth style field. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, okay. Um, so many questions about your format. Um, yeah, all right. So I think, mate, we're coming up to the end of time now. But
Okay.
yeah, just wanted to finish off with, yeah, just tell us a bit about like your, I guess, what success in laser tag look like for you. Are you guys, do you guys just want to operate your sites and and keep doing laser tag? Like is that what you're looking to do with it at home?
Uh, we're we just enjoy playing the game, and as we are also super competitive, and then we are just like looking like what else is going on. So to compare to understand success, it's like to keep having fun while doing it. So it's like that's the main thing. Yeah. So we play every week for last 8 years, and it's not it's yeah, we still love to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, very good. Do you guys have like a members' night or something like that where you have regulars come down?
Yeah. We have
Yeah.
every week in at least one. Usually, there was a time when we had 3 members nights, and right now we have about 2 per week. Yeah.
Yeah. And your game formats. Tell us about what are the main game formats that you guys
Okay,
like
so
to play.
the one which already I talked on the beginning is the domination with the 3 towers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Though the second one is something similar like capture the flag, where you have where each team is defending the barrels on their side. So you have to steal actual barrels from the enemy side, and so if you're eliminated, you have to drop the barrel on the ground, and then it can be retrieved by any other player.
Yeah.
The other format which we have, we call it Snake, but it's more like a tug of war. So there are like five checkpoints in the specific line, and so the first team who gets all 5 checkpoints to the other side, that wins. And so both teams are playing from the sides, and so like you can shoot the next checkpoint if the previous checkpoint is in your color.
Oh.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Somebody's talked about trying to replicate that game on Zone. Actually, that sound like that would be such a fun game to play. Um, Yeah.
Yeah, so that is one. So also the game where there's one team is defending the bomb and the second one
Mm.
has to defuse it. So they have to
Yep.
get in and hold like a button for 40 seconds, and
Yep.
so that's another format which we do.
Mm.
Uh, what else? So and actually we also have one really similar to the base run.
Okay. Is that?
Actually, Alma, yeah, and in that we play with four players each
Yep.
in different teams, so four players at a time. And if you're eliminated, you have to go out of the specific zone, and you're respawned within 7 seconds. And in the arena, you're fighting for one this domination tower. You have to gather 2 minutes in total. So you're
Mm.
like all four players are attacking one point, and
Yep.
like fighting for that one. So
Mm. Very cool, man. Yeah, it sounds like you guys had some base evac kind of game in there as well. So yeah, it sounds like you guys have got a great little community, man. Like
yeah,
yeah, catch up every week, play all those games. They sound super fun. Like one of the things about Zone is that we don't actually know if we're. I don't believe we know if we're actually playing the best style of the game. Like there could be other ways that we could be playing that it's really cool,
yeah,
but we're very honed in on the team format and a limb to some degree as well. Particularly in Europe, they love a limb. Like I love a limb as well. I think it's a great format. But they're
yeah.
the two styles. We don't tend to vary from those too much, other than like solos or pairs or triples or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, super fascinating, mate. And I'm so grateful that you've give us a bit of an insight into your journey, and we're all going to be following you guys keenly in Sweden. And
Okay,
yeah, I really hope you guys like just keep learning and showing up and enjoying it, mate.
yeah. I hope so too. But the for us, for example, for with the zone system, the problem, of course, is it's like super expensive, like
Yeah,
yeah, and it's not really affordable for a regular like kind of I would say the business or something like that,
yeah,
and also that limits how many new players you can get on the system because there is this like entry gap and for example if we wanted to get better on the system we can't actually like buy one set and like train at home like one versus one. That's
yeah,
impossible.
yeah,
Yeah, so you
yeah,
can like it's not like to buy a football at the store and then you can just like kick it with your friends and get better.
yeah,
So actually no, that's kind of huge problem on this system which we see is actually the price on it. And
yeah,
so
yeah. It's
if you
yeah,
were yeah, so
it's expensive.
in the sooner we're probably not going to switch on a zone system any like soon time, yeah, so
Yeah, well, let's we're all just put that in our prayers, mate, and hopefully that somehow one can find its way into Latvia at some point. But yeah, I know they're very expensive systems, so I totally get
and
that.
and
Yeah.
also like playing our system is much more fun.
Ah, he said it. He said it. Ah, okay, we'll get you, man. We'll convert you. All right. I know
You have
you're still
to
loyal now, but we'll get you. Yeah.
yeah, but you can if you visit Latvia we can get you as well.
Ah, yeah, exactly. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I've never played tactical laser tag, so I know who I want
You
to play my
should,
first game with now.
yeah,
Yeah,
you should definitely do that, yeah.
yeah. I mean, when I'm in Europe, man, I'm coming over. You're going to teach me how to play. Beautiful. All right, mate. Nicholas, Moisha is how I'm going to
Yeah,
refer to you. Moisha, thank
yeah.
you so much for jumping on, mate. Really appreciate it. And yeah, we're going to be watching on the stream for Sweenats, and all the best of luck in that journey for you guys.
All right, thank you, Butsa. It was nice talk. Probably a lot of things we didn't discuss yet. So yeah,
We're going to have to
but
maybe do a backup then. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. There was way more than like one pod's worth of questions I had for you, mate. I can promise you that. um, yeah, all right. Maybe after Sweenats, mate. Once
yeah,
you guys like start storming up the ladder, we'll have more to talk about.
Yeah, might be, might be.
All right, bud. We'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for coming on.